Alright. I sat here so long, new skits came up, and the fucking Critian city just like floated in my path and stopped moving.
Was Gusios and Care Bakram in order to feed on the air?
Yes. That's how the hunting blades managed to trap him in their reverse barrier.
So is that what you and Baal were doing there, Judy? Did you go to save Gusios?
Not originally. We went there to destroy the Hermes Blastia, creating the reverse barrier. Besides, in the end I was unable to save Gusios. He wasn't allowed to decide whether he was for or against becoming a spirit.
It's not your fault. There was nothing else you could have done.
We won't let his sacrifice be for nothing. We'll use the spirits well and defeat the Autophagos.
Right. Yes. Baul says that aside from spirit conversion,
Good night,
he will do
Everett.
everything in his power to aid us.
I'm glad he's on our side.
Enjoy your sleep. One thing that wouldn't surprise me, because those like Blastia things work, at least according to the story. It would surprise me if there's a specific spot where you have to like wait for Miorzo to float over, then go into the town, and then you can use it to go somewhere. That is something I would put in this video game if I was a developer.
Undine, Ifrit, Gnome, and Sylph. With these 4 spirits, we can change the world.
All that's left is figuring out how to use this thing to put an end to the disaster.
The spirits didn't figure into my calculations, but their effects should be quite potent. Just leave it to me.
Then we've completed one of the goals of our voyage.
Right, but the biggest one is still in front of us, though.
Still, the situation shouldn't turn against us, I think.
What is it, Patty? I'm famished. I can't fight in this condition.
Why don't you have a skewer like you always do?
Now there's a fine idea. I think I'll do just that. I have to draw a line at some point.
Right. I was suddenly curious. I remember looking through this one time. Skits viewed, 59%. I feel like I've seen a lot of them as well. Yeah, I've only seen 59% of them. Probably nothing special here. I do want to go see the mural again, but I mostly came here for shopping. Tiny gels and poison bottles. Lenses. And there's the weapons I never bought. I wonder if I can synthesize. Oh yeah, I should really. Granted, I didn't need them for these boss fights, but I'm gonna need some treats before like I do like the final dungeon and stuff. That is for absolute certain. Is that a crouch? Is that a crouch? I don't know if I got any more in like ingredients or things. I only like did one dungeon before I'm looking at this again. I'll also equip these now so I don't forget, like, who I made armors for. I always forget that kind of shit. I don't need another one. I'm gonna make one of these. I'll give it to Raven. Ooh, great wolf thing. I needed that. I definitely needed that. There's nothing there. There's probably stuff in here. Okay. Let's start at the bottom this time. Oh, I made it for a +1. I'm still gonna have one of everything, because I feel the need. I feel the need. I haven't learned this yet, but I can make another one. I mean, I guess the skills for this are on each of these, so that works out. Peaceful Spirits 2. Alright, I gotta wait on that one. Oh, I lose Hunter 2 no matter what, so I gotta wait. Void attack, that's for sure. Oh, I can just make both. Oh, I thought I needed a Falcon Needle 1 to make a Falcon Needle 2. I've already made Falcon Needle 1. Alright then. She hasn't done Sword Whip yet. I mean, I have 2. What does spell end? Oh! I didn't know there was a delay. Alright. Yeah, no, I gotta wait. I'll make it just cause. Even though it's spending a lot of money. I mean, there's no downside to doing this now. Aside from locking me out of the other weapon, but whatever. I'll just take a second one. Okay. Sell any excess armors. Along with excess stuff in here. Because I would love to have more than 300,000. So I can try going... Every time I'm like, oh, I can go to the spa. And then I just, like, go in here first. Into any shop. And then all my money's gone. I mean, I could sell more than this, but I need to save. I've decided I'm always gonna have at least 10. Until I'm, like, done with synthesis, I guess. Yet again, no spawn for me. It never ends. The money spending never ends. I have so many to choose from. Maybe I'll just go from the top to bottom. I don't care. I was gonna put him in my party, but if he's gonna have rise attack, I don't know. It's such a shit ability. Oh, I had a feeling there'd be an extra thing in here.
Greetings, Elder. What were you grumbling about?
Oh, you've returned. Look what I found when I was cleaning my dresser.
You had a sword in your dresser?
Hey, but this is...
This isn't just any old sword. It looks kind of like, you know.
You know what?
She means Dane Nomos, right?
Just what kind of sword is this?
I was hoping you would ask. If memory serves, it is one of the 7 fell arms of legend.
You mean the weapon spawned by the 14-headed monster from the fairy tales?
I don't know how the story is told below, but here the legend is as follows.
Is that what the things are for? All those little, like, ruined things?
At the height of the ancient Blastia civilization, an attempt was made to produce special weapons. Eventually, this led to the creation of armaments of untold power. 7 in total.
Is Dane Nomos one of them, or does that make it number 8?
So these weapons are a legacy of the ancients. Well, Dane Nomos is real. Maybe this story is too.
Is Dane Nomos one of these fell arms, then?
I'd say it's possible if what the Elder said is true.
But there's 8 of us.
But if this really is one of the fell arms,
Why is it only 7?
why was it in your dresser, Elder?
I can't remember for the life of me. It's been decades since I've cleaned this thing out.
You haven't cleaned out your dresser in decades? I don't know what to say.
If these weapons are really as powerful as they sound, it might be a good idea for us to get a hold of them before they fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, there've been quite a few sets of wrong hands out there lately too.
Might we take this with us, Elder?
Huh? Oh, fine by me.
You're giving it to us just like that?
To tell the truth, I'm glad it turned up, but I've been wondering what I'd do with it. I've got no real use for it. Besides, it would be a shame to just leave something like this lying around. I figure you are just the ones to put it to proper use.
Do you know anything about the other fell arms?
Let me see here. According to the legend, the 7 weapons share a common bond. If this is truly one of the fell arms, it may react if brought near the others.
So as long as we have one, any of the others should react to it somehow?
If the legends speak true.
Okay, got it. Thanks again, Elder. We'll take it off your hands.
Nice. I wonder at what point I could have got this weapon. Probably after Alexei. There's no skills on it. There's probably a thing to power it up. Or it levels up with you. No, it does 550. That's all I need to know. Word has it that you've been going around doing something or another to the world's Entelakea. You make it sound so bad. We've been getting Entelakea to change into a different form called the Elemental Spirits. This lets us borrow their power, which will help us to break up the Arafagos. Oh, I see. It is as I thought. Indeed, I suspected that you would be working to defeat the Arafagos. Again with the impressive claims. I am correct, am I not? Perhaps it would interest you to know that our people have been considering going down to the surface. But the time may soon come for Krones, the Entelakea who carries Miorzo through the air, to turn into an elemental spirit and help your cause. Do you not think that likely? I'll admit it's certainly a possibility. The less patient among us have already gone down to the surface. Where did they go? I do not know, though I would imagine they'd be hard to miss. I wonder where they went. You can already find Critians in just about any city in the world. Critians can live anywhere. They're very practical people. So what do I do with that? Am I supposed to go, like, find them and talk to them? Do I convince everyone else to leave so we can turn, Miorzo into a spirit? I imagine they would just want to find a place to, like, lay down this city. Instead of, like, what would they do? Just, like, leave it and let it drop? When the jellyfish leaves? Like, what? It's a little chaotic. Alright, so story-wise, I'm supposed to go to Capital One Nor. But also, there's more story.
Is Baul doing all right? Sure he's not getting too tired?
No, he's fine, but he's uneasy.
What's wrong?
The apatheia within him isn't enough to undergo spirit conversion yet, but he knows that someday he will need to give up his current form and become a spirit.
Well, humans are all going to die sometime, but we don't spend every day worrying about it.
I imagine some people do.
Are you saying Baul is that weak?
He's far more delicate than you, Yuri.
Dying, in his case, isn't exactly death like we normally think of it, though, right?
But it does mean that his consciousness will disappear and be replaced by something new.
So it's basically a fear of the unknown. That part of it is actually not too different from us.
The other Intellikeia have accepted that they must become spirits. They feel it is their duty to maintain the stability of this planet.
Baul's got a mission of his own, though, doesn't he? I mean, what about his commitment to destroy all of the Hermes Blastia?
The determination necessary for destroying Blastia and becoming a spirit are very different. Baul still lacks the resolve to give up his identity as an Intellikeia.
Well, that's fair.
I think lacking it is a lot healthier, if you ask me. And I certainly understand.
He seems pleased that you understand him. Still, I worry about him going on like this.
If this was written in 2020, they would have said, that's valid. Everything you said is valid. Bo appreciates making me feel valid.
Do you want him to become a spirit, Judy?
The more I hear people say the word valid, the less I want to say it myself.
No, not in the least. But I wonder what the Intellikeia, what the spirits themselves must think.
I don't know why that one in particular I'm not a fan of. Like, people are saying cursed a lot lately. Don't mind that. Rotted, don't mind that. Valid, though? I don't know.
What's going on?
There's nothing invalid about the use of the word. It is a valid use of the word, but...
I'm not sure. Baul and the spirits are communicating. Or something like that, but without using their voices. Yes.
What happened?
He says we shouldn't worry about him.
But what was all that?
The spirit said something to calm him down.
Maybe they told him how easy they've got it.
Yeah, probably. At any rate, it's impossible for him to become a spirit now.
We're going to have to go on depending on you until the journey's over, Baul.
He wants you to know you can count on him.
I still haven't leveled up my sorcerer's ring. I can't go into these ruins. I want to go in the ruins. Maybe I can. Maybe there's one of them you can go into, and then that's where you level up the sorcerer's ring. I definitely haven't tried like going in all of them. I went into like 2 or 3, and I got blocked every time, so I gave up. But also bushes. I still can't fucking get through bushes, of all things. I've been seeing those since the very first forest. The very first time you leave the capital. Boom, there's a bush you can't go through. I still can't go through it. I feel like I must have missed something. I must have missed like a ring level up, but that doesn't make sense because you need it for plot. I don't know. I want to check all the things now. See if there's one I can actually get into. It's a shame they're not marked on the goddamn map. There was only that one on Tolbikia. Crystal one. Ooh, okay. Gather on the crystal? Let's gather on the crystal. Yeah. Alright, Tolbikia. I don't think there was any on the ice. The legends of these innkeepers involved these like abyssal arm things. You know what's up? I have an Abyssion. You mean to tell me you defeated a hermit drill? Yes, I don't remember talking about this to you, but yes. Ran into it while we were traveling, and somehow we ended up fighting it. You have my thanks. We didn't fight the monster to help you. We just happened to run into it by chance. Even still, thank you. Take this at least. Piece of a hermit drill. I don't even remember what the hermit drill was. Fragment of the skies? You've given up on trying to beat them yourself. But I don't agree with relying on others to do work for you. No, don't worry about it. You defeated a Poseidon? Does it give me a fragment for everything? Fragment of a sea god. What are these used for? 3 of the giganto monsters have been slain. As far as we know, 8 still left. The very center of Illica, the Chimera butterfly lives in a garden hidden in the forest. Brutal lurks deep within a closed-off forest. Oh, now he's just telling me where they are. I've definitely seen them and like passed them by because I couldn't. I mean, I know at least one of them is behind a goddamn bush I can't get through. So there's that. What are they used for, though? He would give me 11 items in all to be used somewhere. Somewhere. One on the southern tip, which I'll go check out in a minute. I feel like there should be something on this. On this, continent. It's been just like, it's just here. It's just absolutely nothing. Maybe there is like a question mark and because I haven't run around on it. I haven't seen it. Whatever. Alright, so there's only one on, what's this, Illica? Topikia? Ikia? Is it Ikia? Ilikia? Illica? Oh, man. This is Wekia, right? I don't think there was any on Wekia. Wekia. Oh. If there's a Giganto on the overworld, I would just see it, right?
Don't let him trip you up. Noble life, overpowered, even indestructible. Destruction field! Flickering blaze burns! Distractions! Tidal wave! Flickering blaze burn! Fireball! Laughing greedy.
Man, I want some more.
Perfect. Everyone's learning shit, right? Wait, did I make another one of things for these? I don't think I did. Yes, I know. Alright, there's no mysterious ruin on Wekia. I mean, this has to be something. There's just a big fat invisible wall. Bye! Hellhound out of nowhere. Alright, there's definitely gotta be one in here. I wonder if I should go back on in that beach. Oh, I thought this was like a tiny gather thing. There's no ruin until Bikia? Maybe there's not as many of those things as I thought. It seemed like there was a lot of them. Alright. That's number 3. Oh! Does this stone look really worn down to anyone else? Looks like it's been pretty worn down by wind. It's a sword we got from the Elder... Oh! Spear came from inside the rock? Shape, it looks like this is a fell arm too. Yes, I think so. Seems like there's some sort of strange power linking these two weapons together. I think we can get inside from here. Oh. Yeah, there's gotta be a way to power these up. These special weapons aren't particularly special. I'm gonna end up fighting a boss fight. Dying. I feel like I should leave and save. This is... looks like it's an air cranny. Wow, who would have thought a natural air cranny would be left here? That giant rock sealing it up, it makes sense that nobody get into here until now. What's up, Yuri? You shouldn't get too close. Am I powering up my ring? Wait, let me see that. Just as I thought. It's just like the ones we saw before. The internal geometry is changing. But what do you think will happen if you use it? Why don't you give it a try? How's this? Oh, the orb's color is different from last time. What is it? The difference in color is due to an increase in fire attributes. I can finally break a fucking bush. I definitely could have got this sword earlier than come here earlier in the game. Probably immediately after Alexei. I wonder if I could burn anything you wanted. I think that's probably not the case. Seems beyond the Sorcerer's Ring's capabilities. What was it? The two types of air are reacting to each other or something? On a basic level, that's pretty much right. I see. So the ring can burn a tree or a vine since they've got air running through them. Not all material has air flowing through it, so there's a lot of things the Sorcerer's Ring wouldn't be able to ignite. So depending on what's hit by the blast, some things will break and others will burn. I think that most objects wouldn't even react at all. Yes, that's right. Normally air mixes with the surrounding atmosphere and nothing happens at all. But if you take a mass of air and collide it with a material that already contains air, the violence of the sudden confluence of air can destroy or ignite the original object that was struck. Well, that makes sense. Does it? It's all a bit too complicated for me to wrap my head around, but at least it's clear that we can put this ring to good use. So you mean we could use this to burn up walls or trees that are blocking us from getting somewhere where we need to go? Yeah, we could go places we couldn't before, finally. Finally. And I'm certain there's a level 5 and possibly a level 6. Because like when I look in collectors, key items, yeah, there's gotta be a level 5 because this is item 1025, and this is item 1027. And I highly doubt there's some sort of other type of key item that's like earlier than the moon selector in the list. Well, I've seen a lot of bushes lately, too. And one in one particularly large dungeon. Particularly large. Shit, this looks like bonus dungeon material. Too many of you tonight. Get out, get out, get out, get out. I'm not buying your shit. They don't even have money, first of all. Boiling in here. One wrong step in this lava and it's all over. I had no idea a place like this existed inside air cranes. This is a first for me. I'd always been curious about the insides of air cranes, but there's never any info on them. Still, it makes sense if you think about it. The air flowing out of them comes from somewhere. Is there anything further in? I'm glad we're thinking about this from all angles, but I think we have more pressing matters. Yeah, I know. Just give me 1 second. Make it quick. Alright, let's see how strong this is.
We'll destroy them in no time.
I mean, they're pretty big. I mean, it's doable now. That reminds me. You can unlock your other spells.
a sharp eye out.
I mean, I thought about immediately leaving, but let's just go. We're already here. It's not like it's massively overleveled for me.
Fight like I'm gonna die, huh?
I mean, some of these maybe, but we'll see. Nah, this is like appropriate level where I am.
Destruction field!
What if I should take destruction field off? It is a fire thing.
Who's next?
Everything here is going to be fire located, so I'm going to take this off. Another down. Just Wolf Strike? I'm going to grab an Altered, I think. Some Shiny Fang drop.
Shining Fang! Not done yet!
Victory is a whirling tide.
Yeah. I'm getting 6,100 gold as well. Someday we'll be able to go to a spa.
This looks like fun.
Shining Fang! Drop!
Disturbing power now unleashed.
Shining Fang! And another! Azure Storm! Take this! Guardian Field! Azure Storm! Shining Dragon Sword! Shining Fang!
I don't want to have like repeats of animation.
Shining Fang! Not done yet! Shining Dragon Sword!
I don't need to have two shining things. Maybe Shredding Palm. Yeah, because I took some of the punchy stuff out of here, so that'll work.
That wasn't too bad.
7,000 gold per fight. Per fight. Oh.
I don't care what rock you crawled out from. Bring it.
And then I missed.
All right, who's next?
Why does it say wailing? It's not wailing havoc. Why is this one damage? Well, I guess it's resistant.
What? That's it? You're done?
Have so many winding directions.
I'll take him out.
It's nothing personal.
Yeah, she's just gonna go down the list. Forget which one's the weakest. Does that stop up there? Does it continue? I wonder if I should go back down now. I feel like I should go back down now. I feel like that over there is a dead end. Could be wrong, but...
I'm gonna go a little crazy here. I'll blow you away!
Oh, mad and greedy waters!
Shining Dragon Swarm!
No, I'm looking the wrong way.
Divine Wolf!
Oh, I knew I was gonna miss.
Azure Sword! Shining Dragon Swarm! Tread hard! Out of my way! Watch out! This one's tough! Azure Sword! Out of space! Take this!
Disturbing power now!
Azure Sword!
Evil before me!
I feel like nothing in combo after the Cronian Slash.
Priest of innocent waters! Champagne! Spread thy alluring snare and deliver my enemies unto me! Turn to thee! Oh, disturbing power now unleashed! Judgment upon the evil before me! Highland pain! Thorns!
There's no way we're gonna lose.
I mean, I'd rather her have defense. I originally came from over here. Yeah, I originally came from over there. Okay.
We can do this!
Shining Dragon Sword!
How's this? Wasting! I have an idea!
Shredding Palm! Wailing Blast! Azure Sword!
Alright, Ghost will turn me around. That actually hit. Very surprising. I was just thinking, I'm surprised Carol didn't like come in immediately learning something.
This? Nah, this isn't scary.
Your legs are shaking.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I am.
Like, why is the gold so shit? It's because my Sephiras aren't in here. Greatly increased fire resistance makes sense. I won't go out of my way to fight
Let's take care of him
everything.
quick!
I'll blow you away! You're dead! Divine Wolf! Falling Stars!
I got there eventually. Oh, I'm surprised that it's still got caught in that spell.
Finish that one.
Yeah, I thought this would be a dead end. Fuck.
This doesn't look good.
Don't just stand there whining.
Not done yet! Not done yet!
Oh. I got stoned.
Man, I want some more.
This seems like the end. It's absolutely the end. Wouldn't it be great if there was nothing here because I have to do something first? There's nothing here. When I say do something, I mean like do something in the world, not just like in this place. The only thing I can imagine doing in here is defeating all the enemies.
I suppose I could try.
And another Shining Dragon's War! Not done yet! Take this! And another Shining Dragon's War!
I hate birds.
This is it! Alright, who's next?
That wasn't too bad. Guess practice.
I guess I'll fight everything, and then I'll check. Part of me feels like that. I don't know why my brain is like, what if you kill everything?
I'll blow you away! Six grace! Azure Door! You're dead! Divine Wolf! Take this! This is it! Azure Door! Whirling Blast! Azure Door! There's no way we're gonna lose.
Yeah, no way we're gonna lose. Absolutely none whatsoever. How much does it? How much? There weren't so many fucking birds and bats. I'd immediately take control of Repeat and just run around and see how much it recovers. I don't think I skipped any enemies near the beginning. Or maybe I just need to make all the crumblies happen. I don't
This
know.
doesn't look good.
Don't just stand there whining. The priest of innocent waters.
It's a pretty good combo that I got there.
Priest of innocent waters. I thought you
Although both will kind of gets me a little bit too far away.
Priest of innocent waters. Take this.
This is why I hate birds.
Man, I want some more.
Possible I just need to see all the crumblies.
We'll destroy them in no time.
It's a good combo.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I can do even better than perfect.
Everyone is learning. Alright, I did pledge to fight everything.
I'll blow you away!
Hey, help me out when I'm casting.
Oh, alright, alright.
I'm using this. Priest of innocent waters.
I knew she was never gonna ask to use her own shield buff. I mean, she has melee stuff, but it definitely can't be as good as Northern Magic. There's no way.
Man, I want some more. Guess practice.
That's the line.
Here we go. I'm gonna want to take. I really like the ability to just combo everything with everything, so I'm gonna screw Vitality. Super chain, super chain, that's super chain, eh?
This one's pretty tough.
This one's for real!
Sharpened rage. Unlocks our future. Risky in greedy waters.
Guardian Field!
have...
Man, I want some more.
My Shredding Palm, my Draconian Slash are both, because I can tell from the voice acting, they got added for Definitive Edition. And they will not combo. They just will not combo. And I wonder if that's true for all Definitive Edition abilities. If that's just like a oversight or bug. It's attached to a skill, a Definitive Edition skill, which would be, that would be seriously annoying. Completely unnecessary.
We'll destroy them in no time. Priest of innocent waters.
Oh, maybe I don't have Altered to base. I have Arcane to base. Don't I have Arcane to Altered? I guess I only have 3 of them. There's at least 5. There's up to 5.
O caprice of innocent waters. Grant them thy undefiled purity.
Yeah, I think I have base to Altered. I mean, so base Arcane is in there by default. And then I have base to Altered, Altered to Arcane, and Arcane to base. But I don't have Altered to base or Arcane to Altered. And then some are just like the way they animate. Is that dead yet? I'm hitting it with enough thing. Thank you.
There's no way we're gonna lose.
Yeah. He even made the animation like a hit. Yeah, it's definitely abilities that like put me in the air. I don't have any like. I mean, there's gotta be something. I guess any sort of downward smash. I would be able to combo out of like, whatever the fuck my rising with Draconian Slash. But anything else just won't. Okay, so I got all the dead ends up here. Let's just double check I didn't skip an enemy near the beginning. I probably need a certain key item that I just don't have. Maybe it's one of the ones for killing the Gigantos. Maybe I need the Sorcerer's Ring so I can, like... I think that turns into a dead end anyway, but... So maybe I don't need a Sorcerer's Ring to... fucking, like, solidify magma. That might be a bridge too far. This is the beginning. It's probably probably just gonna be a big long run to nothing, and then it'll be a big long run back, followed by another big long run back, followed by another big long run back, and then we'll be out of here. What if I have... Maybe I need Judy in the party. With hers, with this equipped, because I was blocking the thing. And I'll equip a Vision as well, just for safety. Maybe I have to have these equipped. Okay, I don't fucking know. It can't be like main story related. Alright, what were you wearing before this? What were you wearing before? Well, it wasn't that, but it's half done, so I may as well. Although, it's kind of late. It's a water axe. I should have been wearing this the whole time in here. I am suboptimal. Everything I do is suboptimal. All right, 1 of 3 done. If there's a fast travel out of here, I'm not aware of it. It'd be so easy to just miss going to the center platform. You just come here and like, well, I got a special weapon that's not very special. Big freaking whoop. I mean, maybe I can go into them like one at a time in a certain order. Because they said, oh, the sword was reacting with the spear and so it broke the thing, so maybe I need like the spear to break another one, and then blah 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 blah. I can at least get the weapons and see briefly what's inside. If there's another dungeon like that, I'm just gonna skip it for now. Because I won't have the assumption that I'll just find a dead end where I don't have the thing to deal with the dead end. So one here. Is there only like 4 of them? I thought there was like 6 or 7. If I get a weapon at each, it makes more sense that there's like 6 or 7. Just saying. Guess no spear's gonna jump out of this one. Maybe you could use the sorcerer's ring to destroy it? Shit. Crumbled like a cookie. Despite all your faults, old man, you got good intuition. What do you mean, despite my faults? Let's go in and see what's there. Lead the way, ye of little patience. this is an air crane too. I guess there are more around the world than we thought. I think there are still more in other places. I think there might be. There are surely a lot of places on the planet that humans haven't laid eyes on. How's it look, Yuri? All I have to do is get close, right? Nice. Oh, there we go. Let me see. Geometry's already changed. And that means time for a test shot. Wow, it powered up a lot. It got faster and moves farther now. Judging from the size of the Sorcerer's Ring, I think it's reached its limit. I think this is enough to do what we need to do. I have to say, I'm surprised at all the different effects air can have. Well, you see, I feel like all those effects are simply different ways of air interacting with itself. Well, air's high affinity creates, and then the application of those effects on certain objects allow the technologies of blasting and magic to be developed. Well, converted mana is... So air is divided into different attributes in the form of magic, and when it's used, it releases energy and then turns into air again. That's how airs help sustain our day-to-day lives, eh? I give up. No, your explanations are just too hard to understand. The civilization we have based on air Blastia is about to come to an end. Well, we'll still have elemental spirits. Yeah, we still got some time until we give it all up, too. Until then, use it or lose it. Yeah, you're right. Well, we can at least be thankful that the Sorcerer's Ring is even more useful now. Increased power and range.
I'm pretty certain the ring's not going to change form any more than it already has.
It sure has gotten a lot of new capabilities since we first got it.
But it's kind of sad to think that this is all we'll get from it.
You were hoping it would get even more, huh?
Yeah, me too. I thought I'd be able to do a lot more things. Too bad.
What else do you want it to do, Captain Carol?
Let's see. I think it'd be kind of fun if it let us talk with animals.
That would be great. I'd like to talk to Rapide.
Nah, I think I'd prefer some more practical capabilities myself.
Don't you think it's already pretty practical as it is?
Nah. Now, if it could tell me what you're thinking, Judith, then maybe. Or if it could make pretty girls fall in love with old Raven. Or if it could see through your
Ha!
Ow!
You just want it for your perverted fantasies. It's a sorcerer's ring, not a sleazebag ring. Oh, I've had enough of this. I should kill you!
Oh, hell. Hey, old man. What do you wish the ring could do now?
Go back in time. Shut me up.
This is why I'm watching the skits. You can't skip the skits in a Tales game. That is pretty far. I'm just gonna take a... I just want to take a look. I'm not actually gonna go in and, like, do things. I just want to take a look. Get, like, the name introduction. I wonder if it's, like, the same? Or if it's gonna be, like, a different element or something. No, it's the same. This is probably like some sort of like split dungeon where I have to like do certain parts and then come back to other parts. I don't feel like just randomly exploring side dungeons at the moment. So I am gonna stop a little bit earlier than usual because I have to get up earlier than usual tomorrow. Like I should go to bed right now, but I don't wanna. I want to at least, like, open the other places. And also, like really solidify, you know, where they all are, how many there are. So right now, this was number 4. Also, there might be more weapons. You never know. Also, I remember one of these had, like, a chest behind a bush. That might have been it. Was that the last one? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe my memory is just as shit as it always is. Maybe. Maybe. Is this mountain a thing? Sitting in the middle like it might be. No? Okay. I guess there is just 4. Pretty sure I've seen the whole world. Specifically keeping an eye out for them. There is just 4. Oh, they're actually starting to show up now. I guess if I broke them open, then they show up. I assume I can break them all open now. Get them on the map. It's a pretty moon behind the sky tentacle. Maybe the weapon was just the one. I'm assuming nothing happens if I go in the center. Oh, does this one not have a dungeon? Oh no, it probably does. Yeah. Wonder if they have names. Because they're gonna be listed on here now. Fucking grotto. Oh, it's just the name of where they are. And they all connect to the sunken grotto. I'm gonna have to explore the other 3 at some point, but I'm not gonna do that tonight. Why is the center of the moon like weirdly bright? It's got like an extra like bright pinpoint. That's like not, that's like a thumbtack. Thumbtack point. We'll get the last one listed, and then we'll go to Capo Nor. I could have sworn there's more than 4 of these, but whatever. Alright. It should be officially on the map now. Yeah. As long as it's on the map. So that if I forget where they are, I have a map. Anything happen if I fly over this? No scenes or anything? ghost ship. Ooh.
This has become quite a place, hasn't it?
Has everyone evacuated crossing the blade drifts?
I think they escaped to Tolbekia, around Torum.
Maybe the ships are back in service now.
Anyone would think of running away under a sky like this.
Running where, though?
I'm gonna go shopping.
Can I join you?
Yes. You all wait up at the inn.
Okay.
Oh my god, I have over 300,000.
Traveling under a sky like this? We're short of customers now, so you are really welcome.
Great. I remember when 500 gold was
Looks like the
500
Teagles got
gold.
away too.
What do you mean it's 500 gold? That's so much.
Even with the road through Emmett Hill open, I'm still worried.
I love port towns. They always have stuff, even in times like this. Looks like things just might work.
What did you buy?
One of each formula crest and container parts.
What are you trying to do?
I'm making a device that will converge the spirit's powers. A kind of makeshift Dane Nomos.
Dane Nomos. I wonder what Duke is doing now.
I don't know, but he seems totally obsessed.
Patty, what is it?
Huh? I'm famished.
Want me to make you something?
I do appreciate the offer, but I must decline. I'd blow up like a pufferfish if I ate now. Sleeping is the best way to distract oneself from an empty tummy, so good night.
They say kids need sleep to grow up, but I doubt Patty's growing up anytime soon.
Rita's gonna need a bit more time, too.
She's been saying she's famished for a while.
We should catch some shut-eye while we can.
Yes, good idea.
Is she like Raven, powered by Blastia? Maybe it's running out?
Yuri, please wake up.
I'm up. Was that Patty just now?
I'm worried about her, running off by herself in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but it kind of seemed like there was something weighing on her.
Maybe she was thinking about Ifried.
Judith, I didn't realize you were awake.
Now that you bring it up, she hasn't said a peep about Ifried lately.
Rita, you're up too?
And so's this old man.
I'm going to check on her. I'll be right back.
I'll come with you. It's too dangerous to go wandering around alone.
It's still pretty risky, just the two of you, Judith, darling. Allow me. I'll escort you.
I'm going too.
Well, I guess if everyone's going...
What's the matter?
Hey, Sleepyhead, we're going out for a bit. You sit tight and hold the fort.
Huh? Where are you going? Don't just leave me here.
I guess even the twerp wants to tag along.
All right, then we'll all go and take a quick peek.
Let's go. Is this where we get all the secret lowdown on Patty? Is her story finally revealed? I assume she's just at the port, not like in the mansion. What if I was supposed to use the Maristella in the Sunken Grotto? Maybe not. Maybe it's being used right now.
That's...
Come on.
Patty, please wait. What are you all doing here?
We could ask you the same question. Why the solo trip out here, hmm?
We've gathered the spirits and are about to embark on a life-or-death mission. I just wanted to settle my own affairs before that.
Are you talking about Eifried?
This is my problem and mine alone. No one else should have to bear the burden.
You say that, but there's really no reason you should go alone.
Hey, that's the Atherum.
What is it doing here?
Did you call it here, Patty?
I thought I saw you holding up the Maristella.
So the Maristella is a device that summons that ship.
It's reaching out for its other half.
Meaning its other half is on that ship?
But the Maristella is... Huh?
Does this have anything to do with that problem you mentioned?
Then let's go.
Huh?
What are you waiting for?
You're going to come with me?
You know there's no way we'd let you go by yourself.
My thanks. But I will be the one to settle what needs settling.
You got it.
The boat's over there. Time to embark.
Repeats
Hey,
like, I'm ready to go.
Does that mean that Eifried is on that ship?
Who knows? Guess we'll have to see when we get there.
Alright. We control Patty. And she's the leader. And I'm leaving to go save, because I'm going to call it here for the night. Oh, yeah. Jesus, that's fast. But yeah, I do need to get up in like 7.5 hours. That's if I want to have like a coffee and stuff before I have to leave. So yeah. But we will control Patty for the next part. So yeah. I'll be back when I can. We'll see. I'm in like full job hunt for any job mode. Because I kind of squandered all my time. So now I just have to get any job. So I may suddenly have to work. And then well, my stream schedule will have to change around. That's okay. There's VODs and YouTube VODs. So yeah. If you enjoyed your time here, feel free to follow if you've not done so already. But until next time, thanks for hanging out.